everyone, and welcome to Physics 2A. I wanted to go ahead and introduce you to the course and a bit about myself. So let's go ahead and start with a bit about me. So I have a master's and bachelor's degree in science in physics with minors in geology and mathematics. And I just graduated last year with my master's in 2020. Great year to graduate. So here I am in my virtual graduation, and I also have a dog named Freckles. Oh, I don't have a picture, but I'm sure she'll come up eventually. And I am from Clovis, California, and I got engaged during the pandemic, which is pretty interesting, to my fiance, and here we are at Disneyland. I have a pretty great family. Here I am with my sister during her wedding, and that was again during the pandemic last year. And with my mom and my sister, we do these craft nights, and so here's one of the ones that we did recently. A little more about me, where I have traveled to: Yellowstone, Hawaii, New York, Niagara Falls. Here are a few other places, or a couple other places. This is Badwater Basin in Death Valley. And so here I am next to my mom and my best friend, who's also a physics master's student who graduated with me. She's now in her going for her doctorate over on the East Coast, but here she is again, and here's another one of my fellow graduates. And this is Waterfall in New York. A couple of my favorite places are Monterey Bay and Morro Bay. And a little bit about my career: I have taught at Fresno State as a TA in the geology department and in the physics department. And I had research in astrophysics for my thesis, and specifically cataclysmic variables. So if you're ever interested in more of what that is, please feel free to contact me. I'd love to talk about it. All right, so let's go into our course introduction. So this is Physics 2A, General Physics 1. It is algebra-based physics, the first semester. Our course is going to be 100% online for the lecture portion and asynchronous. So we're not going to go on Zoom meetings and meet through there. I'm going to have lecture videos and then post them on Canvas for you to watch whenever you're able to. Okay, so during this strange time, I know that everybody has different schedules right now, trying to find work and all of that good stuff, or maybe you're at home with your family. So I want to do asynchronous online for lecture. And then our lab is scheduled to be in class Thursdays from 5 to 7:50 in Physical Science 70. Okay, that is going to be most of the time where we have our labs, unless otherwise noted. So we may have a couple that we decide to do in online, but I will let you guys know ahead of time when that will be. Our first lab won't be until the second week of school, and there will be an announcement to remind you. Okay. So here is some info about our course, some more info, and if you want to look at this further, it'll be in the syllabus. So the first note I want to make is our textbook. So this is a open resource textbook. It's from OpenStax, and so it's completely free to all students. So all you do is click on that link, and then it takes you to the textbook online. Okay, so hopefully that should give you enough information that I may not have in my lectures or anything like that, supplemental information. Okay. Another thing, we will have some tangible things that we actually will have to do are going to be progress quizzes. So every week I'm going to have a progress quiz, and it should be due towards the end of the week, but I will let you guys know more specifics on dates when I start posting things. And these are going to be based on lecture videos for the week. Okay, so if I talk about Newton's first law or all three of his laws in 1 week, then your quiz will be about Newton's laws. Okay? Then we will have discussion boards, and this is where you'll be able to collaborate with others to work on problems or discuss some sort of topic that I post. Okay? And this will also count towards participation. So since we are going to be fully online for the lecture and I can't take attendance, it'll be towards, your discussion boards will be counting as your participation / attendance. Okay? Then we will have homework. Okay? So in the past, when I had completely online, it was fully online and the labs were also held online. So my homework had to be turned in online as well. But since we will have our labs in class, what I'll do instead is have you guys do your homework and then turn it in on Thursday before the start of lab. That way I can have paper instead of trying to grade online. It's much easier for me to grade on paper. And so you'll just turn it in at the beginning of lab, and please do it just on a regular piece of paper. It doesn't matter if it's lined, unlined, or graph paper, engineering paper. It doesn't matter to me as long as it's in pencil, okay? So please put it in pencil because I've had students in the past write in pen and it gets really sloppy really quickly, okay? Now with everything changing so quickly with COVID, if anything does end up changing and we have to go fully online for some reason, and I will post this if it does happen, I'll need you guys to upload your homework instead of turning it in, since we won't be able to see each other. But again, that's an if statement if anything were to change. Okay, so hopefully nothing changes and we can stick to this going back into class with lab at least, but just note that this is how homework will be done in the future if we need to. Okay, lab reports we will have in class, the labs, and I will kind of explain how I want them done in class for each lab. It's going to be a little bit different, so I'll give you guys a better explanation when it actually comes time, okay? But it's not going to be too difficult or anything. I want you guys to be able to come into lab, finish the lab, turn in the lab, all within that 2 hour, 50-minute time period, whatever it may be. So that way you don't have to take it home and work on it more, throughout the week. That way you can come in, get it done, and then leave, go home. Okay, and then there will be exams. We have 2 midterm exams and 1 cumulative final, okay? And these are going to be based on your lectures, your quizzes, your homeworks, discussions, and labs, if I didn't say that already. Okay, so it's going to be based on everything. And I'm not sure if I will give you guys a study guide or not. I have not decided, but I'll give you guys a heads up if there will be. But during the exams, hopefully, if we can stay in class for lab, I would like to hold these in person during our lab time. So for that week, we'll probably not have a lab, so we can have time to take the exam. Okay, so that'll be on the schedule, and I will remind you guys when that comes up, okay? All right, so here's a bit about grading. So these are going to be weighted grades, okay? And so we have discussion board / participation is going to be 10% of your total. We have homework, that's going to be 20% of your total. Progress quizzes are going to be 10%. Lab is going to be 20. Midterm exams, or just exams, I should say, are going to be 20% or 10% each exam. And then your final exam is going to be 20%. So your total is going to be out of 100%. And our grading scheme is going to be classic. It's going to be 90 to 100, 80 to 89.99, and so forth. Okay, and these are also in the syllabus. Okay. All right, so here is the schedule. I want to just kind of show you guys the layout a little bit. You can see this also in the syllabus. Okay, so we have our module date. So this is going to be the date range from the Monday to the Sunday, to the next Sunday. Okay, so this is going to be our first week starting on Monday 8/9 and then ending 8/15, which is the Sunday following. Okay, and so we'll have a module topic. So it's going to be a welcome module. We're going to talk about the nature of physics and math review and units. And that's going to be chapter 1 and a tiny bit of chapter 2. I didn't want to say that it included chapter 2 completely, but it just gives a little bit of a heads up of chapter 2. And then so forth. So here's the next week and the following and so forth. Note that we do have holidays. So we've got Labor Day here on 9/6. Then way down here, we've got Veterans Day on 11/11 and Thanksgiving break from 11/25 to 11/28. Okay, so I've got those there. And then I have the estimated weeks that we will have midterms or exams. Okay, I don't like calling them midterms, but I forgot to change it. But they are just exams. Okay, so we'll have one on this week from 9/13 to 9/19, and this week 11/1 to 11/17, and then we have our final exam at the very end there. Okay. Then we have our deliverables, so whatever is due. These are definitely subject to change, so bear with me. This is a rough sketch of what we are going to be doing. The main thing you want to focus on is what topic we're covering. Okay, so think of it as we should probably have a lab, a discussion board, a quiz, and a homework each week. Okay, so think of it like that. Typically, that's what we'll have, unless I say something different or I haven't uploaded something maybe. Okay, so just bear with me. Everything is subject to change in the schedule. Okay, and even in the syllabus, it is subject to change. Okay. All right, so this is a very rough outline. Notice that a couple of these are PHET activities, P-H-E-T, and I will give you guys those websites and everything when we come around to them, and I'll make sure you guys are prepared with your laptops if we are going to go with that. Again, this is a very rough outline of what we'll be doing, so just bear with me, okay? All right, and that is the complete intro. I'm excited for this semester. It's going to be my third time teaching, or third semester teaching, I should say. I did teach over the summer too, so I don't know if you want to count that. But this is my second time teaching this course, and thankfully we get to do lab online, so that'll be awesome. Again, my name is Kylie Ford, and this is my email. If you ever want to email me, you can also reach out to me on Canvas. That's probably the best way to contact me because the school sends out a lot of emails. I'm sure you guys have already realized that. So Canvas is probably the best way, but just in case I don't answer there, feel free to email. Also, I forgot to mention office hours. I will be sending out a poll for you guys to fill out. And let me know what day will work the best for office hours. All right, I'm excited for the semester. Thanks.